If you're in the large order program, you should have received this email yesterday. These changes went into effect today. Now, if you don't know what large orders are, or how to be invited or accepted into that program, or what all entails, in this video, I'm going to explain all that, show you how you can be invited and accepted, and what all you'll need to receive these offers. Now, with these changes, the large orders will no longer be pre-assigned to a certain particular dasher. They will appear in the app like a regular delivery offer. Now, before, it was a little bit different when you receive these as far as knowing whether it was a large offer or not. Now it's going to say catering bag required when you receive this offer. I'll show you an example in just a little bit. Now, if you're one of the people that's in this program like myself, you'll still have priority access to these offers. They won't just go to anyone and everyone right out the gate. Now, here's an example of what the offer will look like when it comes through and it's a large order. It will say catering bag required, just like when you receive a pizza delivery and it says pizza bag required. Same thing, you will have to show proof. But if you don't have a catering bag right off the gate, you might be someone that's not in this program and you receive an offer that is a large order. And again, if you don't have a catering bag, the first time, don't worry. Later in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do, and you'll be able to go ahead and accept that offer and complete it. Now, a big question some of you may have that are not in this program: how do I get enrolled? How do I qualify? Right here are the steps that you need to take, and I'll go over the qualifications here in just a second. Now, if you've already met the qualifications, you should have received an invite via the email from DoorDash. The second thing you need to do is verify that you have a catering bag. If you don't have one, don't worry. I'm giving you all the information here in just a little bit and some resources as far as what they recommend to what you should have as far as size, materials. If it's not a DoorDash bag, third-party source. They've actually given 3 examples of one that you can purchase. Now, the third thing that will happen, DoorDash will review your submission of a catering bag, and you will receive a confirmation email once you've been approved. Now, if you've met these requirements I'm about to go over here in just a second, and you've not received an invite, contact DoorDash. I'll leave that information in the description below. That way you can ask for an invite and find out what you need to do to get accepted into the program. Unfortunately, not every market needs more dashes for these large delivery orders. It may be a situation where there's not enough of the orders in your market, or they already have enough dashers signed up for it. So if you're one that meets the criteria, when you contact them, you'll at least be able to get on a waiting list. That way they can contact you when an opening comes available, and you can start to take advantage of these. And again, you might receive one of these offers and not even be a part of the program. If there's not enough dashers like myself that are part of the program logged on at that particular time, they will then filter these to the best available dasher. Another question some of you may have is, what benefits do I get from this program? Why does it make a difference? Well, let me tell you, often these offers pay 2 to 3 times or more higher than a regular offer. I've seen them as high. I think the highest one I ever got was $75, maybe even $80. I'd have to go back and look through all my screenshots. But it's a higher subtotal. It's typically $100 or more of food ordered from the customer. You could have one that's $500. And often we know that the tip we're going to make is based off a percentage of that subtotal. But to remain eligible, you have to continually meet the requirements on a monthly basis. They look at your last 30 days. Another obvious question is, do I need any special equipment? You just need catering bags. Now, I would suggest getting more than one in case you do get one of those really big offers. I have 3 bags myself, but that doesn't mean you need to go out and order 3 bags right away. Start off with 1. Whatever you can afford makes sense. And the great part about this is it's something you can write off as far as deductions go come tax time. Once you're accepted to the program, you might be wondering, well, now how do I start getting these orders? Don't worry. You keep dashing like normal, and eventually one of these will pop up. If you work in an area where there's bigger restaurants and larger orders, you have a higher probability of receiving not only one, but multiple large orders. Now, if you're in an area where I am, where there's not as many big restaurants, not as many of those high orders, you're not going to see as many. But when you do, It definitely helps boost your earnings for that day and the week. And the other thing you could do is you could travel a little ways to an area, like for example, the mall area, about 15 minutes away from me. There's plenty of big restaurants. There are certain times where I'll go work that area knowing, so say Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, there's a higher probability and potential to receive more of these offers because more of them will be coming through. There might even be some lunch periods if you work in a really big business area. There's a lot of offices, maybe medical buildings. Hospital is another good one. I've received a bunch of them from and delivered to hospitals, things of that nature. So keep that in mind when you're wondering how to get not only one, but more of these on a regular basis. Now they give you two options as far as how to obtain a catering bag. Number one, you can contact DoorDash and order one through them through the DoorDash store. Then you know what you're getting is going to meet the requirements. The other option is through third party. And it's beautiful that they've given 3 examples here that I'm going to show you here in just a second as far as catering bags you can order off of Amazon that actually meet the requirements as well. And one of these I purchased, you'll see, back in I think 2019. The standard catering bag example number 1 here is this Belfort option. You could see the ratings right there. I mean, really good ratings on it. And the price, $47.98. Now, if I were to order it today, I would receive it June 6th through 7th. This is one example of 3. Here's example 2 and 3. That second one, that's actually the bag that I ordered. Looks like July 24th in 2019. It's a XXX large, black, and I ordered one of them. I got a better one aside from this, but this is the one that I use the most. I even use it for shopping deliver offers where I have a bunch of cold items. You could see how many ratings are on that bag. I mean, there's what? Almost 20,000 and really high rating. Then the third example, you see, much more affordable option than the first one, $32.99. Again, almost 1,500 reviews on that one and a really good rating. These are 3 examples that DoorDash has given as far as catering bags you can order off of Amazon, third-party source that meet the requirements. Very important right here, this note. Please remember that your bag does not have to be DoorDash branded. Obviously, you order one from them, you're eligible. It's a DoorDash catering bag. And they're good quality bags from what I know. And of course, your regular food delivery bag does not meet the requirements. So if you take a picture of that, you're gonna have problems later if you do it more than once. Your pizza bag does not meet the requirements either. So when you receive that onboarding invitation email from DoorDash, you will use that form to submit a photo of the catering bag that you purchased, even if it's a DoorDash one. I don't understand that because you should already have proof on record, but they want a picture of whatever catering bag you purchased, and you will submit that for review, and then you will get a confirmation email back telling you that you are accepted into the program. The requirements are that it's insulated, standard catering bag size at least 22 inches wide by 14 inches long by 13 inches deep. So if you purchase a catering bag from any other third-party site, aside from those 3 examples, just check the description and make sure it meets these requirements for the size and that it's insulated. Now, in my previous video about Para, I explained that there was certain words that came through on the app where I already knew this was a large order. It didn't say catering bag required like they're going to say starting today. In this example right here from an offer that I got not too long ago, you could see only accept if you have your hot bag, it's required by the store. That right away would let me know, and obvious, I mean, you see the total $26.25, that it's a big delivery. And for something that's 16.4 miles like that, at least it was bringing me back towards my area. It's going to be well worth it. Now, where that pickup is exactly what I described earlier. It's over by the mall, an area where there's a lot more bigger restaurants. But being part of the large order program allowed me to receive this offer that far away when there's plenty of Dashers in the area that were not part of the program. Now, there's been plenty of times where I received an offer like this where the incoming screen showed like $8.25, $10, something like that, where it paid out a lot higher. In this next screen, you'll see exactly what I made for this offer. The final payout was $37.28. Yeah, Pretty sweet for something that only took me a half an hour. The offer was already ready when I arrived from that trip that I took. Yeah, who wouldn't want to make $37.28 in an hour, let alone a half an hour? Huge boost to my earnings for that evening, and another benefit of being in this program. Now, with these changes, it'll be very clear to anyone and everyone that it is a large order because it's going to say catering bag required. And again, if you do not have a catering bag and you receive one of these offers, you'll be okay for the first time. I'll show you in just a second exactly what you need to do and what DoorDash says as far as being able to accept these and continue with the delivery offer. Especially for those of you who are trying to keep your acceptance rate up, right? You don't want to reject an offer and knock your acceptance rating down, especially when it's going to pay higher. Now, the fact that this example shows $4.50 and catering bag required, we'll see as far as what to expect on these offers. If it's going to be one of those deals where they're trying to trick us into accepting more low paying offers just to hope that we're going to get paid higher or not. I'll have more on that as soon as the program has been going for a couple weeks. I'll collect some data from my own personal experience and from some of my subscribers and bring another video showing you what to expect. As an independent contractor, we have the right to know the full amount up front because DoorDash already knows the tip. They know what they're going to give us for delivery pay. And they say that they're just the middlemen. They shouldn't be interfering with information that they receive from the customer and transmitting it to us, just to manipulate us into taking more low dollar paying offers. Once you've hit accept, the app will prompt you to verify that you have a catering bag, just like you do with you have a pizza delivery offer. You'll need to do that before you can complete any other steps as far as the delivery goes. And if you have an issue with taking the photo, or again, you do not have a catering bag in this situation, I'll explain what you need to do in just a bit. The DoorDash says if you don't have your catering bag, you can click on I don't have one right now and continue with the delivery anyway. But make a note, if you accept another order like this after the first one without having a catering bag and proof, you'll not be able to deliver large catering orders after that order. You'll basically be banned from the program entirely. So if this first time, you can go ahead, tell them you don't have one, continue with the delivery, get yourself a catering bag. That way, the next time one comes through, you can take a picture, submit the photo in the app before you continue with the delivery and not have to worry about being punished. Now, if you encounter an issue submitting a photo of your bag, you could still continue with the delivery. But again, you have to make sure to verify your equipment the next time an offer is made. It might be even a situation where I would submit some type of email to DoorDash showing proof that time so I don't have one strike against me. Another question that's asked is what are the differences between this program and the Drive Large Order Program? DoorDash Drive, those are pre-scheduled and you have to go into the scheduling section and pick those up beforehand. Now, if you're eligible for the Large Order Program, it does not make you eligible for DoorDash Drive. Something else you can contact DoorDash about to see how you can take advantage of this opportunity as well, because these are pre-scheduled offers that sometimes pay a really good amount and you'll get extra from being on time, and then you have to do setup. You can get some really big tips, and there's more opportunities this way as well. Now, sometimes these are very large catering offers that will need and require some setup. Other times, it would just be a large order that's going to a regular customer. A lot of times, it's a business, like I was saying before, a hospital. It could be for a meeting. So there is no setup required. You should be able to get that information in the notes. And again, you have to go in and pre-schedule these, and then at least you know some of the deliveries you have set up for the following day. Now, sometimes you actually see one of these offers come through as a regular delivery offer if you're one of the people that's eligible for this program or that meet the requirements. If it didn't get picked up in the pre-schedule section in the scheduling, then obviously it still needs to be delivered, and they'll start dispatching it to certain dashers until someone picks it up. And usually when you get one of these, you'll see an on-time like plus $2 in the incoming offer. That's a really good example that's one of the pre-scheduled DoorDash Drive offers coming through. Now, those have early access. They will see these offers the day before starting at 7 p.m. You'll be able to go into the scheduling section for that following day at 7 p.m. if you have early access. And just here in a second, I'll show you what that looks like. But most people that already have early access know what it looks like. If you're someone that's brand new to the program, you have access at 8 p.m., an hour after those that have early access. Again, you'll be able to go into the scheduling for the following day, see which ones are available, and then go ahead and accept one that you may want. Now, for those of you who are like, wait a minute, how do I get early access? No problem. You just have to complete at least 4 of these DoorDash Drive deliveries, maintain at least 70% on-time rating over your last 20 deliveries. This means on time to the store, which is defined by the scheduled pickup by time. Now, there's another note in there that says no earlier than 10 minutes before. Now, here's what it looks like in the app when you go into that scheduling section to pre-schedule one of these DoorDash drives. You'll see right here at the top, above all the other scheduling hours, which ones are available at that time. Click on that to see all the information. Now, like I mentioned before, you might receive one of these at the last minute. If it wasn't already picked up, or if somebody unassigned it, they will then start dispatching it to Dashers that are eligible for these kind of offers. Now, if there's none of those Dashers available, eventually they go to regular Dashes as well. So you may have received one of these already and be like, I'm not part of any of these programs and I've already done one. Well, if you get accepted into the program, you'll see a lot more of them and have a lot more opportunity to increase your earnings and maximize what you make on a daily and a weekly and monthly basis. Now, there's a note there at the bottom that said these deliveries frequently occur during the lunch rush and dinner. I know there's a lot of them during lunch they go to businesses. When you click on that delivery to get more information, you could see all the things that it shows. It will give you the time that you need to check in for that offer, the time that you'll pick up, how much you expect to make, some extra earnings potential, and then some extra on-time earnings. These are all good information to allow you to make the best decision made for yourself. Now, sometimes these take up quite a bit of time based on the fact that you have to check in beforehand, and you will stop receiving offers, as far as I know, when you've checked in for this particular offer. So when you accept and pick one of these up, make sure that it pays for your time. And not just that, the miles. So make sure it's one that's not so far out of the way where you'd be better off just doing offers in your area and decreasing the miles that you make, and say do 3 or 4 per hour and still make the same amount of money that you would on one of these. Both of these programs are a great way to add additional earnings through large orders that come through on the DoorDash app. Now again, if you're someone who's not part of the program, contact DoorDash. I'll leave that information in the description below, the email that you can contact them and see what you can do. No acceptance rating requirement. Yes, you don't have to keep a certain acceptance rating. So for those of you like myself that work smarter and like true independent contractors to maximize your profits as an independent enterprise, as stated in the terms of service, then you don't have to worry about that. Hope all this information helps. Like I always say, work smarter, but also work harder, and be safe out there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.